Nilikuwa natafuta ukweli wa maisha yangu, sasa mie nauliza nianze wapi? Marafiki wangu wote wamenikimbia, Jehova nisinalia, nihurumie, uwezo wa kusimama imara juu ya neno lako, uwezo wa kusimama imara juu ya neno lako. Nilikuwa natafuta kipenzi cha roho yangu, sasa mie nauliza nianze wapi? Maumivu, machungu mengi yamenijaza mie, Jehova nisinalia, nihurumie, nipe uwezo wa kusimama imara juu ya neno lako, uwezo wa kusimama imara juu ya neno lako. Nilikuwa natafuta ukweli wa maisha yangu, sasa mie nauliza nianze wapi? Marafiki wangu wote wamenikimbia, Jehova nisinalia, nihurumie,
so much in an hour. The year is 2002. Henry Mutuku Rapton and Arcade. We have to tell them. I pray upon Christ the King of Kings. I pray upon Christ the Prince of Peace. I pray upon Christ the Lord of Lords. I pray upon Christ Christos, the King of Kings.
Playing right here on Icon Radio. Sifu Bwana siku zote. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm excited. And this being Sustainability Connect, I just love this show. And thank you so much, guys, for joining in. And like I keep saying, Sustainability Connect is a show that is here to enlighten you, to empower you, to help you understand the whole concepts of sustainability, climate change, climate justice, and the whole shebang about climate. Let me just take a breather and just say karibuni sana to Icon Radio, and we are super glad that you have joined us today. So after this short break, I'm going to be coming back and we are going to be having a very interesting discussion today, because we are going to be discussing why why are we still experiencing climate finance issues, yet there's a lot of funding that is happening around the climate space? So why is there a climate a funding freeze, and why is it that startups and small companies are not able to tap into this funding? So that is a conversation that we're having today, and I'll be joined by no one. Today I'm hosting the show alone. So you are my guests. So today I'm going to ask you to send me all your questions and all your interactive comments on all our social media handles, that is on Icon Radio, on Instagram, on YouTube, on Twitter, on, for the first time ever, I'm on TikTok live. I'm on TikTok. That is Icon Radio's TikTok live. So thank you guys for joining us, and for everyone who's joined us today, thank you so much, and let's do this after this short break.
From the first day I met you, sijawahi lala njaa, umenishughulikia. From the first day I met you, sijalala na kiu, umekuwa maji ya uzima. From the first day I met you, sijapigwa na baridi, blanketi umenipa. First day I met you, umenipenda na mambo yangu mengi.
Ulinipenda kwanza kabla nikujue, ulinipenda kwanza kabla nikupende, nilipokujua hapo nikatambua, milele nitakuinua, pendo la kishua nami naamua nitakupenda pia. It's just a way to show how much I love you.
Ni njia ya kusema jinsi mimi ninavyokupenda.
It is just a way to show how much I love you.
Ni njia ya kusema jinsi mimi ninavyokupenda. Adui wewe, umekuwa kizuizi maishani. Adui wewe, wataka nikose mimi taji ya uzima. Adui wewe, ulishindwa miaka iliyopita. Kalvari aliposema yamekwisha.
Elohi, Elohi, lama sabakithani.
I'm just a man. I'm just a man.
Beautiful, wonderful. Oh, sorry. So sorry. I'm so sorry. I forgot to mute my microphone, my sound, so it was just reflecting back on me. So thank you so much, guys, and I'm super duper excited. So like I said earlier, today's show is gonna be a bit different because I am doing it alone. But I'm not alone. I am joined by you guys. I am seeing guys on TikTok Live are just doing an amazing work. And thank you so much, guys, for everyone who's listening us in on www.iconradio.co.ke. And I am glad that today's conversation is something that is going to spark and give you a brief overview of what we need to do as African startups, as African enablers, and also as African businesses, because it has come to our attention as Sustainability Connect that a lot of startups are not tapping into the climate funding and they are not able to access this amount of these funds. And I asked myself, mbona watu hawapati hizi pesa? And I came to this conclusion. One, the climate funding is so important for African startups right now because Africa is highly vulnerable. The aspects of climate change are really, today there's an earthquake here, there are floods, there are, high, different weather patterns that are on the extremes, and we have droughts in some areas, in some instances, and also in some countries, and these are really disrupting livelihoods, and we need startups that are talking into these problems and are solving these problems. So if your startup is not solving an issue around those areas, one, are you innovative enough about how to handle or tackle floods or how to tackle droughts when we're talking about smart agriculture? How are we innovating for Africa? Are we doing a lot of apps as opposed to a lot of tangible solutions. So startups need to be innovative and they need to be scalable so that they are able to adapt or even mitigate some of these challenges. And that is one thing that we need to get right. You need to get it right. Kabisa, you need to get it right so that we are able to now know whatever problems that we're having as Africans, we can be able to solve them. So, however, without access to funding, these ideas can't grow. But for us to have systemic change, we need to be very clear on what solutions we are solving. That is number one. Why it is so important for African startups right now to access that funding. Because we have solutions, yes, but are they speaking into our problems? Then question number 2, what are the biggest barriers preventing African startups from accessing these funds? Oh my God. First things first. High perceived risk by investors. When investors are looking to bring in money, they always need an exit strategy. But they look at the problems and the issues, they're like, you've not thought through about your risks. You've not spread out your risks. So that is one of the barriers of why we are not being able to access this funding. Then also, misalignment with Western style VC models. And, in a couple of forums, we have seen a lot of, investors and venture capitalists and angel investors who are in for a quick return, not remembering this is Africa. Africa has its culture. Africa has its way of doing business. Africa has its own laws. So whatever applies in the Western world may not necessarily work in Africa. So they need to have an open mind of who Africa is. They come toned down a bit, just not waiting for, magic to happen. For us, behavioral change in terms of accepting or adapting sustainable solutions that are, speaking into our communities, it takes time for us to adapt. For us to accept that this is now a solution. I remember when M-Pesa came, they just didn't hit off the market immediately. They had to, the amount of convincing that needs to happen. So investors need to be patient. You do not come here and think that your model and wanting a quick return will happen here. It will not. Africa will humble you. More so Kenya. Kenya will humble you because we may have the data, we may have the statistics, and tech-enabled solutions are also up in the running, and there's a way that you can measure your data. But at the end of the day, does that data translate to on the ground situation? Like it's looking good on paper, but kwa ground vitu ni tofauti. So please, our investors, and just chill and first understand the market. Then you can be able to say what will work and what won't work. So do not come expecting high yields and high returns. And then there's also limited local funding pools. We've seen the likes of IVCA, we've seen the likes of AVPA, and this is the Africa Venture Capital associations, and there are a lot of financiers. However, they're very few. They're very limited. There's only so much that they can do. And I remember when Donald Trump pulled out of the Paris Agreement, the first thing that Africans were worried about was, now what happens to our local funding? Because a lot of companies were heavily relying on US aid, US funded funds. And I remember one of my guys saying, you know what, it's a high time that blacks invest in blacks, like Africans invest in Africans. We have the likes of Dangote, we have the likes of East African gurus who are wealthy and they're willing to fund in money. You just need to show what your startup is all about and they can support. So in as much as they may be limited, I think there's an opportunity there. So, and also look at pulling investors is not an easy task. So, kama kuna venye we can be able to do this together, why not? But these are some of the barriers that are preventing African startups from accessing this fund. But those are just limitations. That does not mean that it is not doable. It is actually very, very doable. And then also, the third question would be, is the problem with the startups, the funders, or the system? Upon your kizungumzuti. I have never understood whether it's kizungumkuti. Oh yeah, kizungumkuti. That is where the question is. Who is the problem? Is the problem the startups? Is the problem the funders? Is the problem the system? And I think it's a mix, because startups may lack grant writing skills or connections, and then funders may not understand local realities or may structure funds in ways that exclude early stage innovators. So we need to find out where the problem is, because systematically there is a need for policy reforms and de-risking mechanisms, and also better local intermediaries to bridge this gap. So if you're an intermediary, like if you're able to bridge this gap between the startups, the funders, and the system, we are open and we are looking for you to help us demystify these facts. So if these are some of the problems, and we need to understand why, we are being told there's a lot of climate funding, but pesa iko wapi? Yet, it could just be our problem. So we need to demystify how we as startups, we as funders, we as enablers, how are we collaborating? How are we working together to ensure that the system works? So these are some of the issues that we're discussing today on the show. And thank you so much for all your comments. Thank you all so much for joining us today on Sustainability Connect. And I'm super pumped, because this conversation is a conversation that we really, really, really need to take a look at. So thank you so much. We're going to take another short break. And when we do come back, we'll be tackling more of where is the problem, and where is the problem, and why are we not being able to tap into the climate funding? So stay tuned right here on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. I'm your host, Wanjira, and karibu sana. Thank you so much. Let's take a break.
Kutoka zile studios za Pambio Worship Music, tumekuja kumsifu Bwana. Asifu Bwana. Baraka zishuke kama chomba, zikuangukie, neema izidi kukuongoza, usiaibike, dunia ikikuchokoza, kumbuka Yesu anaona, ukifeel unaogopa, wacha kupiganie. Kama siwe Baba, ningekuwa wapi leo? Kama siwe Baba, nisingekuwa hapa leo. Naona niwe Baba, najua niwe Baba, majaribu ni kwa muda, mwishowe utashinda. Hata unapolemewa, kumbuka ulikotoka. Bwana hatakuangusha, yeye ni mwamba imara. Ukijipata kwenye noma, yeye atakuokoa. Kama siwe Baba, ningekuwa wapi leo? Kama siwe Baba, nisingekuwa hapa leo. Naona niwe Baba, najua niwe
naishi
na kaberere
sawa sawa
sawa sawa
sawa sawa.
mimi mwanake
Usinione nimechaka, unitilie dharau. Mimi binadamu, umesahau. Unaishi kwa damani, ninaishi kwa imani. Mbele zako mimi sina haki, mbele zake mimi mwenye hadhi. Fahamu kuwa Mola ndiye aliyeniumba mimi na wewe. Fahamu kuwa Mola ndiye aliyeniumba mimi na wewe. Mimi mwanake, usiku nitalala mbele zake Maulana, sote tuko sawa. Mimi mwanake, usiku nitalala mbele zake Maulana, sote tuko sawa.
ulinipuuza mie eti sifai kuwa nawe, uliniona mie eti hatia kula nawe. Sani moja tulipotiliwa chakula, nyumba moja tulipofaa kuishi pamoja. Wema wake taji la upendo juu yangu, ndani yake vikubwa na uoga vyote upewa kimya.
Ulinipuuza mie sahani moja, nyumba moja. Mimi mwanake, usiku nitalala mbele zake Maulana, sote tuko sawa. Mimi mwanake, usiku nitalala mbele zake Maulana, sote tuko sawa. Mimi mwanake, usiku nitalala mbele zake Maulana, sote tuko sawa. Mimi mwanake, usiku nitalala mbele zake Maulana, sote tuko sawa.
Uchovu na uvivu umenijaza moyoni, sina amani. sasa, nifungue macho nipate kuona na kuhisi, nipate upako wako. Naomba Baba, ninaomba, mikono nimeinua, nishike Baba, unifiche mikononi mwako, nionyeshe Baba wema wako, unifanye chombo chako. Ninaomba Baba, mie naomba, sikudhani mimi nikiteleza na kusulubu tena, uchungu mwingi, machozi ya kutoka, we nisamehe Baba, nizibie ufa, nisijenge ukuta Bwana, umetukuka, naomba unipe raha, msamaha, naomba washeta, popote niendapo, na nifanyacho sasa, nifungue macho, nipate kuona na kuhisi, nipate upako wako. Naomba Baba, ninaomba, mikono nimeinua, nishike Baba, unifiche mikononi mwako, nionyeshe Baba wema wako, unifanye chombo chako. Ninaomba Baba, mie naomba, Baba, mie naomba,
Naomba, playing right here on Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug, and I'm your host Wanjira Maganjo. And today we are discussing the issues of why are African startups not able to tap into the climate funding, and why is it that Africans are always complaining that there is money being poured by investors and venture capitalists, but they still can't get it yet. Shida ni sisi, shida ni systems, shida ni nyingi. But we are now trying to just understand what are some of the issues that we as businesses that, can we decide to change. Unajua lazima, kuna tu habits tu kama wa Afrika, tunafaa tuache. And we are looking at some of the questions as to why are we not getting the local funding. Why are we not getting this funding? And one of the questions that we were answering right before we went for the break is it the funders? Is it the startups that has she does, or is it that the system is just not working? And we've agreed that we need to come together and collaborate and find out how can we address the policy issues, how can we address the aspects of business ethics, and also when we're talking about environmental, social, and governance. When it comes to governance, the structures of your company also play a huge role in whether you get funding or not. So let me start by saying this. If you start a business, do not think small. Let's start thinking of our businesses being big. Starting may be small, like your resources may be limited, but your ideas should not be that limited. So when you have this in mind, the way you structure your business now becomes an aspect of an attraction for the financiers, an attraction for the funders. And one thing that they're looking at is on ESG. So the environmental aspect of your business is what we are really interested in. Is it then, are you who are you targeting? Who are the people who are being impacted by your business? What is the social impact? Their livelihoods. Have you improved livelihoods? Have you improved their lifestyle? Have you improved the way they run their businesses? Like, what is your business enabling the community to do? Are they becoming better, or are they, up in arms, always protesting? Oh, huyu investor alikuja hapa akajenga hii, and it is now draining our environment. It is affecting us. Our children are getting sick. What is your business doing to the community? And that is one of the biggest issue of social impact that investors are really looking at. And also the governance. Who's in your board? What is your structure like? Like, who's giving you advice? And then how are you channeling your funds? Are you getting funds and then you channel them to personal businesses, or are you actually doing the work that you said you will do? So, we are looking at how do we ensure, that investors trust what you're saying. For you to get the money, they need to trust you. So how do we build trust? Credibility ni kitu muhimu sana. You just don't wake up one day and decide, I'm going to change the world, and you're just one man alone. You need to have a team. You need to have credibility. You need people to vouch for you, and that is the most important thing. Building credibility is one of the issues that African startups are, they have a challenge with. So, as in for us, we just need to, we are okay. Just let's be honest about the kind of businesses that we are doing. And then one of the issues that we needed to demystify as to why local funding and is actually not something that a lot of investors are, not even just investors. Like, why are we always complaining that in as much as we are big startups, we are still not getting. We need to understand the gaps. Like, what are some of the things that local investors and international investors are looking at? So another question that we're looking at is international climate financing reaching the local level in Africa. Is it? Yes, it is. How do you tap into it is the question. So in as much as we said that less than 10% of global climate finances is reaching local implementers, we need to start identifying where is this money going. Is it just going to government? Is it going just to NGOs? And how can startups at the grassroots stop struggling to access it? Information ni kitu muhimu sana. Tuko na internet, we have access to data, we have literally information is your only enabler into getting this funding. Because this money is going to government, this money is going to NGOs. How can you tap into resources through, do you partner with the government? Do you partner with the NGOs? The thoughts are limited. They are limitless, yeah? But that is not to say that it is too late. It is still very early. So start right now. So what are some of the challenges in the startup ecosystem? Are African startup ecosystems ready to absorb large-scale climate finances? Are we ready? Yeah? Are we ready? There's a gap in technical skills. Climate finance, there's a gap. And access to credible mentorship. Are you looking for mentorship? And I keep saying, this is a very it's a very niche area. Climate financing is a very niche area. So you need mentors. You need people to hold your hand and tell you, Manze, for your startups to work, for your business to work, you need support. And mentors are one of the people who you need to look out to. So Sustainability Connect helps you with that. And that is now why we are saying, can you start listening to this show? Can you start listening to what advice that you give? Because we are enablers. We are here to give you insights. We are here to connect you. We are here to help you collaborate. So if you need support in that area, we are your plugs. Just DM us, write us a message, follow us on all our social media platforms, on Icon Radio, and we will be there to support you in every way. So let me tell you, whatever the challenges are in the ecosystems, imagine you're not the only one. Everyone is facing it. So your work is to ensure that you tap into mentorship, you tap into collaboration, because you cannot work on this alone. And I'm so sorry, I am not mincing my words when I say you cannot build your own ecosystem without other people. So build your community. And then there's also opportunities for youth and women. And this is something that, let's not even talk about financials. Let's talk about you as a young person, you as a woman, you as a person with disabilities. Are you taking the initiative? First of all, to know where these opportunities are, and how can African youth and women entrepreneurs tap into climate funding? The CBOs, oh my God, the CBOs are just heavily funded. So can you bring yourselves together as a group? Mujite kamukutano mujulize. What is the problem within? Is it plastic waste? Is it organic waste? Is it electronic waste? What is the problem with our community? Are we not able to? Can we think about things like about value addition? Like if you're in a place where kuna excess potatoes, kama waru ni nyingi, can you find a value adder for those potatoes? You can do crisps. You can start an eatery where you're doing chips. You can do so many things like value addition for. I've also seen people are actually value adding on cassava. So they're doing not just wheat, they're not just doing potato, the crisps, they're actually doing fertilizer. So let me tell you, value addition is one of the ways that women and youth can tap into when we're talking about climate smart funding and access to it. So programs like Climate Launchpad and the Adaptation Fund are often often prioritize the youth and are women-led startups. So plan and research on how to partner with these institutions. Then apply to pitch competitions with iClimate. Like, oi guys, seriously, kuna nyingi. There are so many, and I think every week we'll be putting them up on to say where can you go and pitch your climate idea, and see who will support you. And then also build teams with strong financial and environmental credibility. Networks matter. Connecting with climate accelerators and incubators is key. Is the one way that you will survive in this market. Is the only way you'll survive in this market. So please, before we even go talking about policy, before we go, can you create your network? Find out who's in your team. And then finally, policy and regulation. Kuna kitu kama, I would really want you to if you're thinking big, think bigger. Because the moment you start doing things the right way, you need to understand what are the policies and the guidelines that are in that space. So number one, what role does government policy play in attracting or repelling climate finance? First of all, it is very critical. It is crucial. It is important. Nime-emphasize nikasema it is critical, it is important, it is very, very, very extremely, extremely important. Policies are what shape the ecosystem. So policies that enable net metering, policies that enable carbon markets, policies that enable tax incentives can drive investor interest. Hapo ndio wewe na kuwatuma na kuambia, can you understand the policies within the space that you want to start your startup in? Or if you're already building your startup, can you understand the policies around there? Please nawahisi, be very, if there are any unclear regulations, they may stall your innovation. So please learn to research. Enda hapo kwa county government, uliza ni nini mpya leo, because unajua hii government yetu saa zingine unamkaga unakuta leo kitu iko kama sasa hii tuliona EPR iko kwa imesimamishwa hapo kwa high court. My friends, things are evolving every single day. So can you be aware of what rules and regulations are happening within the system? Oh my God, because like a country like Rwanda is leading with green innovation policies. Kenya bado tuko mahali pale. We are still trying to understand some of these policies. But can you tap and understand what policies are happening within your space? So usiseme haukuambiwa. Haukuambiwa. And the reason why I love this conversation today is because for the last couple of months, I've just been in a space where startups are asking, what is ESG? What can we do? How does it apply to us? Kwanza that the cavalier attitude was, I don't think let me tell you, it is affecting you and your business. Understand what the environmental, social, and governance policies are in place, and how you can tap into that, and how you can build your business up. And let's stop thinking small. Think big. My good people. When I come, I'm just winding up and telling you guys what next. So let's take a short break. And when we come back, that is a discussion we're going to be having. What next? So we're going to take this short break. And thank you so much for staying tuned on Icon Radio, your #1 entertainment plug. And this is Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio. Today I'm very excited, by the way. If you can tell, if you know me, I am super, 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 super excited. So thank you so much for joining, and let's do this.
Kule tumetoka, angalia, na mahali tuko, angalia, na tunakoenda, angalia, kila mtu, angalia,
umenichunga tangu miniwe mdogo, nikicheza na karo na kadogo, kukanganyana na kuchezeana ubongo, alongo na hata pia tabo. Tukipika mkarango, tukilamba flambo. Ilikuwa kitambo, bano pia nilicheza, crack no pay niliweza.
Sasa nimekrona unanisho the way to live. Mimi sitastray cause utanipay at the end na crown. Sasa nimekrona unanisho the way to live. Mimi sitastray cause utanipay at the end na crown.
kule tumetoka, Ebeneza, na tuendako, Ebeneza, na mahali tuko, Ebeneza, na tufikako, Ebeneza, kule tumetoka, Ebeneza,
ushaijipata kwa place fulani jamaa kwa life yani. Situations zimebaki noma sana yani. Paka inabaki ni God peke yake. Sijui itakuwa jile siku nitacommit life. Sijui itafanyaje. Kwanza vile unishika na sikuoni. Na sisi nitalipuka kawazimu. Nikwambie vile shetani alinitaka kuzimu. Na sasa nimehitimu. Ni vipi moto wangu hekaluni kamwe hautadimu. Ni vipi moyo wangu utabuni pamba za ile timu. Ni vipi nitaitrim ndio makubwa ni dream. Na ndivyo ilivyo ni mimi na wewe, la sivyo basi niwe na mimi. Usoni ipi nitaitoa, ni vipi nitaitoa. Tufike level ya kubaki tight kama ndoa. Na bandi sika busy na kile mimi na do. Naipata live design ya mtume sitaibu. Nafurahi na vile pendo lako laninua so high. Ndio maana sina substitute na wewe. Milele nitakuishia, nitakuinua wewe. Nafurahi na vile pendo lako laninua so high. Ndio maana sina substitute na wewe. Milele nitakuishia, nitakuinua wewe.
Ilo umenipa mi uhai na furahi. Na vile pendo lako laninua so high. Why sina substitute. Vile umenipeleka high. Ni pendo lako lanibara nikiwa dry. Napenda kufuata uso wako hata kasi feel like. Bora katouch na moyoni nita feel right. Design ya vile we unipa pendo kama this. Natosheka na kama sitakulis. Kiwa mbele yako ninanyenyekea. Design ya mtoto ninapata care. Love yako kali, kwa bei ni ghali. Napoonja tamka asali. Kwako mimi nafurahi, kwako mimi na uhai. Nakosa attitude, milele sina substitute na wewe. Mwanzo nini we, wazo nini we, hata moyo nini we. When you my one tena only. Nisiko lonely, taki mwingine nishakugeti. Sina substitute, hata kana imaliza beti.
Nafurahi na vile pendo lako laninua so high. Ndio maana sina substitute na wewe. Milele nitakuishia, nitakuinua wewe. Nafurahi na vile pendo lako laninua so high. Ndio maana sina substitute na wewe. Milele nitakuishia, nitakuinua wewe.
Na after hapa sasa mimi nitafanya nini? Pendo lako la uhai ni ngumu kuamini. Staki mwingine umeninua toka chini. Toka siku za maovu hadi hizi za dini. Sasa siwezi kujihurumia. Ukishaniona wanikumbatia. Na siko destitute, uwepo wako uko nami kunishuhudia. Nimejaribu kila kitu nimeona. Nimetazama kila nafasi kwa kila kona. Lakini bado nimepata pengo. Na pengo hili umejaza sasa nimepona. Na nikipata nitakufa juu. Hapo nitakosa uhai. Sitaki kuwa solitude. Nashindwa kuziba ufa na ndio maana nakushika so tight. Na indeed nafanya nikiplant seed. Naweka mpango zangu mbele zako ndio ni succeed. Na despite spiritual negativity natoa substitute, napata positivity.
Nafurahi na vile pendo lako laninua so high. Ndio maana sina substitute na wewe. Milele nitakuishia, nitakuinua wewe. Nafurahi na vile pendo lako laninua so high. Ndio maana sina substitute na wewe. Milele nitakuishia, nitakuinua wewe. Nafurahi na vile pendo lako laninua so high. Ndio maana sina substitute na wewe. Milele nitakuishia, nitakuinua wewe. Nafurahi na vile pendo lako laninua so high. Ndio maana sina substitute na wewe. Milele nitakuishia, nitakuinua wewe.
Sina substitute na wewe. Sina substitute na wewe. chako, ninaomba, naomba, Baba mie naomba. Sikudhani mimi nimekupa wewe huzuni kiasi hicho, dhambi nyingi, maombi hayatoki, nisamehe Baba, uchovu na uvivu umenijaza moyoni, sina amani, naomba unipe raha, msamaha, naomba washeta, popote niendapo, chochote nifanyacho sasa, nifungue macho, nipate kuona na kuhisi, nipate upako wako. Naomba Baba, ninaomba, mikono nimeinua, nishike Baba, unifiche mikononi mwako, nionyeshe Baba wema wako, unifanye chombo chako. Ninaomba, naomba, Baba mie naomba. Sikudhani mimi nikiteleza na kusulubu tena, uchungu mwingi, machozi ya kutoka we, nisamehe Baba, nizibie ufa nisijenge ukuta Bwana, umetukuka, naomba unipe raha, msamaha, naomba washeta, popote niendapo na nifanyacho sasa, nifungue macho, nipate kuona na kuhisi, nipate upako wako. Naomba Baba, ninaomba, mikono nimeinua, nishike Baba, unifiche mikononi mwako, nionyeshe Baba wema wako, unifanye chombo chako. Ninaomba, ninaomba, Baba mie naomba, Baba mie naomba, ninaomba, ninaomba Baba, Baba mie naomba.
Hey, so this is Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio, happening every Wednesday, my people, every Wednesday from 10 to 12. And we talk about climate, we talk about the environment, we talk about the social and the governance aspect of it, we talk about climate funding, we talk about climate justice. We are literally your one-stop shop for everything and anything to do with sustainability and how it applies to our everyday lives, and also how it supports in our business and how corporates can incorporate this into their business structure. And the whole of today we've just been talking about why businesses, why African startups are hatupati hizi pesa. Tunasema kuna pesa, lakini African startups bado tuko na shida, tuko na kashida ka hatupati hizo pesa. And I was just helping to demystify some of the reasons why hatupati hizo pesa and what we need to actually change. So I really hope that you've taken note of what you need to change. And my call to action is that we must change to unlock more climate funding for African startups. So some of the 3 key areas that I've come to realize that we need to change is build more African-based climate funds with local decision-making power. Hey, wacha nikuambie. Unaona vile when you're growing up, if you wanted to ask for permission for something, unajua kulikuwa you first go to your mother because she has a softer spot by the time you're not going to your father, mother atakwambia hiyo ground akijua things are working. So that's the same concept that we need to apply. Let's have local guys. If there's a local financier around you, and like look at one of the investors around your community, go and tell him this is the idea that you have, and this is what you are bringing to the table. This is how it will look like. This is how you're planning to scale. This is how you're planning to attract funding. And if he sees that it is something that is viable, please imagine he'll support. I am 100% sure that local African-based solutions are our first place to start. Before we even go to the big fish, start locally. Let's approach akina Dangote if you're able to make your level. Let's start locally. Go to your local government. Waambie this is the idea. They are willing. They have money. Unfortunately, Africa, we are not equipped to ask for support from the government, and that is something that we really need to start looking. Wacheni kusema serikali saidia. Wanataka kuona unatumia pesa aje, and they will support. So that is number one. We need to build more African-based climate funding and with a lot of local decision-making power. So that is one way. And then secondly, improve startup capacity on grant writing and investor engagement. Wacha niwaambie, kama if you know you are an idea person, can you tafuta watu wanaweza kukusaidia kuandika proposals. Angalia watu wagani wanaweza kukuandikia kukusaidia to build your capacity on grant writing. That way you're able to have people who are technically understand the language that investors want to hear. And that way, rather than kwenda hapo tu loko ukisema hii kitu inaweza kukupatia do, ebu tukiweka hivi 10 million nakwambia in another 5 years that tutaget, my friend, utaachwa hapo kwa mataa peke yako. So what you now need to do is improve, find capacity building support. That is the only way how. And please tune into Icon Radio and tutakupatia our support. And then also, there's also one thing that I always tell people: leverage on new social media networks. Imagine today I'm live on TikTok for the first time and I'm super excited. I have like 972 views and all this, and it's amazing. It's amazing that, wow, leverage, tell your stories on social media, tell your stories, show your investors what you're doing. Let me tell you, use storytelling to show global investors the impact and the scalability of African solutions. Tell them, show them how you're doing it. And trust me, because every time you say, hey, my name is Wanjira, do you know where people first go? They go and look at your socials. Unafanyaga nini? Before, tukienda huko tukute tu nikadunda my friend. Watauliza, where is the idea? So my closing thoughts and closing insights is this. This is a question that has been going around. Is Africa the next frontier for climate innovation? And absolutely. Africa is the next frontier. And it is not just the next, it's already happening. We've seen innovation around textiles. We've seen innovation around plastics. We've seen innovation around e-waste. And all these are African frontiers. And we are not just talking about climate. We've also not even talked about climate smart agriculture. We've seen startups who are able to tap water from the atmosphere. Yeah, kunao. There are people who are doing it. What is stopping you from doing and looking at the problems around you and creating a solution for it? If you honestly feel that the garbage around your estate is a menace, can you find out, first of all, who's supposed to collect it? And if there are people who are supposed to collect it and they're not collecting it, why are they not being able to collect it? Can you create a solution around it? Can you tell them, utakuwa unatumia mkokoteni kuwapelekea, or you'll use your pickup, or you'll use to take that waste to them? That's a way of creating a solution to your problem. So Africa absolutely is the next frontier, and Africa has the opportunity to leapfrog from a low carbon economy, and it can leap into a great hub, climate hub, like something that is very tangible. So yes, so what we need to do is ensure that the startups, the governments, the funders, everyone is collaborating. Stop working as a silo. Stop working as you. You're not alone. We are here to support you. And that is why Icon Radio, through the directorship of Myra, we have been able to come up with beautiful programs for all our startups to ensure that we support you in the best way we know how, and that is storytelling. And we invite you to be part of us. We invite you to be a part of this community. And how best than do this? That is it for today on Sustainability Connect on Icon Radio. I've been your host, Wanjira Maganjo. I am your environmental steward. We are put on earth by God to be stewards of this good earth and leave it better than you found it. And that's the only way we can live our purpose. So up until next week, Wednesday, I challenge you guys to continue doing what you do best. And we are celebrating the World Environmental Day on the 5th of June. So please be on the lookout on so many activities that are happening around. We have amazing companies that are doing great work on that particular day, and we'll be highlighting some of them, so be on the lookout for that. So next on the 5th of June is World Environmental Day. Uliza watu wanafanya nini, plug in and find out what you can also do. Go for a river cleanup, go for a waste collection thingy if it's happening within your community. Just find out, research, enda online, uliza watu wanafanya nini June 5th. Sisi tuko hapa Icon Radio will be telling you on some of the things that we'll be doing. Up until next week, thank you so much. God bless you, God increase in you, and God expand your territories, because He is definitely a good God. And up until next week, pieces. I'm out.
El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai.
He's an awesome God, amenipa such an awesome song, and I'm never lonely, amenipa such an awesome love. He is an awesome God, and I wanna tell it to the world. Ili wajue ni wewe, kama si wewe basi nani?
Nasikia landlord ako kwa njia anataka kodi, ni wewe uta provide. Na nina ngori moyoni zinanijaza wori, ila nitakuwa fine.
El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai.
Every day is an awesome day. Na vile unanibariki hata mimi sielewi. And every day you come through in an awesome way. Kwenye dhiki nimepata rafiki wa kweli.
Na kuna kaloni mahali kananijaza wori, ni wewe uta provide. Nina mahari natamani kulipia mpenzi, sote tutakuwa fine. Na madaktari wanasema hali siyo hali, wewe unajua time. Na hisi nguvu zako kwangu, I will call you El Shaddai.
El Shaddai,
El Shaddai,
minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai.
hata kama mimi sifai.
El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El
Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I know I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, uko na kile minadai, ulinipenda hata kama misifai. El Shaddai,